All right, here we are. 2,000 atmospheres, ladies and gentlemen, the top right-hand corner. It's nice. And in the bottom left, from NV, it is Maru. And we have a little bit of a preview here, actually, of the Global Finals. So the DreamHack Global Finals are going to be happening soon. And they had the group draws. They have the groups. And in Group D, you have Cyril, Maru, Nice, and one other Protoss player. I believe it is Neeb. No, Neeb's in Group C with Zest. But we're getting a bit of a preview here. Of course, the Taiwanese player, Nice, facing off against Maru. Maru has been in pretty good form recently. Pretty good. And I say that as an understatement. Maru's form, of course, with the win in Azus ROG, is really, I mean, I would say so the best that's probably looked in a little while, if you're looking at just his overall matchups in TVT, in TVZ, and in TVP. Just in general, it feels like Maru right now is in really good form. But that's always, you know, it always comes down to the results. Is Maru able to get good results? And there's a bunch of tournaments coming up, and we're going to have to really tell. And that's going to be kind of the marker, I think, for if Maru is going to be able to kind of reach a peak here. As for Nice, of course, Nice has always been at the top of the Taiwanese not WCS, but, you know, DreamHack events. It's him and Haas that have traded wins constantly. And so you have to look at him as one of the best, one of the cheesiest Protoss up there alongside Haas. He knows how to cheese. Nice is a player that if he wants to, he can bring out the cheese, but I would say has the most solid macro of any of the Taiwanese Protoss, you know, looking at Haas, but always, and Nice. So it's going to be an interesting matchup here. I definitely feel like Maru coming into this is going to be pretty confident. Already has the 2-0 in the series score, at least, because you did have Bunny, who got a pretty solid 2-0 in his matchup earlier. And so coming into this for Maru, there's really not a lot of pressure on him, and that is where, of course, he's able to do all of his Maru things. But Nice, ooh, that's Proxy Pylon already out on the map. We'll see what it is. Gateway, potentially. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if it is going to be a robotics facility. Looking at the gas, but no, it is just the third gate, or the second gate for now. And no robo as the second gas goes down. But on the other side, what do you have Maru doing? Well, Maru does have the CC put on the high ground, is not taking any risks going with a low ground CC against Nice, which I think is absolutely smart, considering that Maru also went for the eBay block and sees that Nice has had to go for the awkward second base location there at the third base, as you're going to have the Adept trying to poke up the ramp, but Maru perfectly fine with defending this. So yeah, Maru just playing it safe. Even already has an engineering bay on the way. That's a bit wild here. I actually don't know if that's going to be for like super early upgrades or what, but Maru here poking around. Ooh, sees the shield battery. That's a massive indicator for Maru. Immediately he's going to switch over the barracks in the factory. Knows that now something is up. Ooh, okay. Goes for Magfield Accelerator. Starts producing the Cyclone, Magfield Accelerator, and a bunker on the way. I think Maru, right now, at least, thinking that this is, in fact, actually going to be the Void Ray Rush, which is actually a really fine prediction here for Maru. Is a fine read that he's trying to make, but sees the Stalkers, sees the Adepts, realizes, actually, no, Nice has committed a lot to early ground units. This can't actually be a Stargate, so immediately cancels. Or immediately cancel onto that missile turret. Still is going to continue producing the Cyclone because it's still a great unit to have against these Stalkers, especially when they don't have Blink. But for now, Maru still going to be sitting on one base. Now it's going to give Nice a bit of a chance here to get into a decent enough spot. Of course, again, still having to rally probes down to this really far second base that's been put at his third. It's just going to slow down his production by quite a bit. It's going to slow down his economy by quite a bit as this Hellion actually gonna get 2 worker kills. And it's pretty solid there, that Hellion. Mainly trying to scout out and see what's going on. Still manages to get some worker kills, and now we're gonna see Maru. Just gonna make a little push out here, and there's really, I don't think, enough for Nice to hold this. It's Stalkers. It is, you know, a good amount of them with the shield battery, so Nice can try and contain and stop this natural from going down, but with, actually not with Magfield Accelerator. Maru did end up canceling the upgrade. Oh, nice. This is a really dangerous position. He does not have Blink finished yet, so if he pushes the Stalkers too far in, that tank is pulled down. This could get a bit sketchy here from Taiwanese Protoss. Nice, not moving the Stalkers. Maru can just go on forward. This might just be 4 Stalkers donated over to Maru. Looks like it's only going to be 2, but Maru can continue pushing with the Marines. Knows that there's not enough Stalkers, and Blink isn't done yet. So Nice is just gonna lose so many Stalkers here before the real pushing power even comes through for him. Additional gateways are going down at home, but doesn't matter because the Stalkers are all down. Maru crushes through the units of Nice. You now have the Protoss player trying to establish a third base, but Maru still has a really high Marine count. Has tanks, has Stimpack almost done. No starport yet. Maru has opted for the 3rd racks before the starport, I believe. If I'm not wrong. I'm just gonna keep an eye on that production tab. Haven't gotten a shot of Maru's main in a while, but Nice gonna try and poke in. There's 2 tanks already out. Really impossible, in this position at least, for the Protoss to try and do anything with Stalkers as long as those tanks are together. But it does also mean that Nice knows that Maru is staying back at his base. Maru's not gonna be trying to push across the map too soon. And so Nice can focus on getting up infrastructure. And we see that, you know, gateways going down, 2 more being added on. The Templar archives as well going to be added on to try and get into. I mean, I imagine it will just be 4 Archons with charge on the way. I don't know if Nice is going to have the gas to spend to also research Storm with this. Only sitting on 4 gas right now and is trying to get his +1 upgrades, but no, is going to go for the Storm as well. So by the time any push comes across the map from Maru, Nice should at least have, you know, 2 Templars on decently high energy, if not just an Archon, if the push comes before Storm is done. But I think Nice right now, pretty happy with its position. It's not the best. The 3rd base being established is, of course, very, very nice. It's nice for Nice. Aha. It's very good. But you still have to worry about this army for Maru. Again, that really good early trade, getting rid of the Stalkers, has +1. Almost finishing up Stim and Combat Shields. Now has Medivacs added in. 2 tanks. It's a really strong pushing force from Maru if it gets in position. If this army gets sieged up, it's going to be super hard for Nice to break the position. You already see those Stalkers have got a bead on Maru. Knows that he's trying to be aggressive across the map. Storm is going to be finishing up, so you will have those 2 Storms. Or you will have those 2 Templars with Storm energy available here for Nice. That +1 armor, not going to be finished yet for these Zealots. It's so important for their tankiness. A lot more High Templar have been warped in, not all of them with the energy just quite yet. The tanks have been sieged up. First Storm hits decently there onto the Cyclone. Is going to be able to clear it out with a few Marines, but still, what is the rest of the ground army aside from the Templar? It's not a lot. It's just these Zealots, and they don't even have +1 armor yet. Nice is going in before the armor upgrade is finished. He manages to snipe off a tank, but only now has that upgrade. A great Storm onto the army of Maru. Weakens up so much of that bio. Now the Charge Loss trying to get on in. They should be able to try and pick off the tanks. 1 Medivac sniped. That one had all the Marine units for Maru. Now just has 2 tanks and a Medivac. We'll be trying to see what they can do across the map, but it will not be a lot. Is Maru finally going to be able to establish his own 3rd base? Already has a Ghost Academy on the way. That's before 2-2 even. Maru going to be trying to get on into Ghosts. And of course, the continued Widowmine production as well. Nice. Holds off that attack, and a really good hold for Nice. You know, it was looking sketchy there for a little while, but manages to just get enough units out. Gets the Archons morphed especially, and that forces Maru to have to pick up, and then the snipe on the Medivac. Had Nice not gotten that Medivac, you know, Maru right now would probably be up about 10 more supply than he is. So, Maru might have found an opening here. Widowmine's going to burrow down. Charge Lot's already getting hit. Sentry gets sniped there with that Widowmine. And Maru just leaving 1 of the Widowmines behind. Nice. Should know that it's there, but it's about a 20 supply lead right now for Maru, who is fully saturated on that 3rd. Does not stop producing workers. Enhanced Shockwave and Ghosts now on the way. So, it just means those High Templar, they're not going to be as useful. As long as Maru doesn't stim in too aggressively, he can get those EMPs off. He can get the energy off of the High Templar. And they immediately are going to have to morph into Archons. That's the real danger here for Nice right now, who's going to be trying to defend. But again, 20 supply down. All of that's in the army. It's equal worker counts right now. Already. Again, a great EMP. Feedbacks try and go down. They do manage to get some of the energy off the Ghosts, but it's just Archon. Zealots are trying to move on in here. Nice. Getting kited back, though. So many units dying. Another EMP goes out. Does not manage to hit onto the Archons. Of course, that's the unit that you want to get the shield down. There we go. Another EMP. Weakens up the shields. Maru's stimming on in. Maru should have enough units to try and end this game off, and it looks like he will. He cleans up the army. The macro engine, too much. GG. Maru. Managed to take game number 1 there of that set. If Nice can just get 1 win against Maru, if Nice can get this game, there's hope for them. Because you have Dream playing in the next game, and he's playing against Dongrygu. Now, DRG has some really good CVT, but Dream has been looking solid in that matchup. Dream's CVT looks really, really solid. I remember the incredible best of 5 that he played against Raynor. And so, for GGG, if you manage to stave off the 4-0, you know, from Maru and Bunny, from 2 of the Terrans who are currently considered probably, you know, in the top 3 alongside Clem, then maybe you can try and pull this back, but it's going to be a very, very hard road for Nice, because as we saw there, Maru, the macro, that's that 10 in macro that they give him on those early stats. Right there is Maru just producing so many units, getting across the map and knowing where he can find these small advantages. The Ghosts come out, and that is all that he needs to leverage that victory. But we do have actually the NG Bay block coming out again. So Maru just trying to delay the Protoss, trying to say, listen, you're not going to get a comfortable 3rd base up. I'm not going to let you take your natural. I'm gonna do what usually Protoss do to Zerg. This is a taste of your own medicine, is what Maru is saying. Even though he doesn't play Zerg. But he's giving the Protoss a taste of their own stuff. Their own worker harass. And so Nice, once again, is going to be having to take this faraway Nexus. And it's not a massive deal. It's not going to slow down Nice by such an incredible margin that he won't be able to, you know, that he just won't be able to play the game and Maru will out macro him. But it will slow Nice down to the extent that Nice is not going to be able to realistically macro up as fast as he wants, and that will give time for Maru to just catch up. Because behind this, Maru's build is just the same as Maru does. It's going to be, you know, you have your barracks into your first 2 Reapers, immediately into the factory before the CC, extra supply depot reactor onto the barracks, and I believe, yeah, there's the CC and an additional barracks being placed down. And so this is just, you know, Maru doing his standard build. Now we do once again have a proxy gateway on the way for Nice, so seems like this is the response that Nice feels is just best against this, is to try and apply a little bit of stalker pressure with the proxy gate, with the warp gate finishing up, and to try and slow down Maru at least enough that Nice can get up his own 3rd base. That's what he did last game. It worked to the extent that Nice was able to get up enough units to defend his 2nd base at his 3rd location, but it was then the follow-up where Maru was able to eventually take that game. So we'll see if it's any different here for Nice. Is going to move forward with the Stalker. That's a lot of hull damage onto that Stalker. Only gets a single Marine. Takes a ton of damage, and you already have Stim on the way here for Maru. 2 Hellions have made their way across the map. Already a shield battery, though, in that mineral line. And already some nice adaptations here from Nice. Again, last game didn't have that. Lost, 2 workers to a single Hellion, and it got into the main for full scouting information. This time has a shield battery, but it's going to be 4 Hellions. This time, Maru, not swapping off to get that Cyclone early, is not overreacting to Nice's pressure, but you have the Stalkers able to catch out one of the Hellions. Still, they're going to try and find their way here on into the main. What is there for Nice? Well, it's an Adept, but you can still one-shot these probes with 3 Hellions, and here we go, Maru. Roasty toasty robotic parts, 4 probes already going down, 6 with that shot, but that should just be about it as the shield battery overcharge goes down. Still, massive amounts of damage there for Maru. 6 workers for 3 Hellions. I think he'll just about take that every day of the week. Maru just going to try and poke into that second base. And it's a Stargate for Nice. At that, I don't believe it's at the proxy location, but it's also a lot of units here. It's a lot of Stalkers. It's Adepts as well. Ooh, the Shade forward. That's a bit of a mistake there from Nice. Might just lose an Adept. One goes down. More Adepts coming across the map, though. Stalker's going to be joining up. Nice going to try and see how much damage he can get done with this pressure, but it's so many Marines out from Maru. Again, he's on right now. 2 racks, almost has Stim finished, and it's 3 Marines at a time. It is so many units out from Maru already. And it makes it really hard for Nice to do anything. And I don't know if... That's a robotics facility on the production tab. I have to assume Nice canceled the Stargate. I have to assume Nice saw that it was this many Marines, knows that it was a 2 racks opening, and so is now going on into the robotics facility. And I imagine we'll be trying to get either into Disruptors or Colossus off of this. As there we go. Robotics Bay on the way. But a little bit of indecision coming out from Nice here. Oh my god, the Adepts have gotten their way in. The missed target, though! Oh! That's brutal. Nice, I mean, could have at least gone, I would say, 3-4 workers there. But the first shot split the fire. Got 2 separate workers down to 1 HP. It takes 3 Adepts to one-shot a probe. 2 Adepts fired onto one, or SCV. 2 Adepts fired onto one SCV, 2 Adepts onto another, and then Nice wasn't able to pull back the focus fire in time. That's awful, and no, the Stargate has finished. So, Nice right now is going to be producing Phoenix. We'll have the ability to get into Colossus as well. There's no third base for Nice right now. Mind you, this is a double medevac drop coming on in. There's no third base for Nice. It is just all onto the unit production. He has an Immortal out, but what is there at home? No, it's a recall. Nice has nothing at home. That pylon should be massive to depower. As the robotics facility is down, the Phoenix coming back on in. All the Stalkers are getting killed. Maru, 2 medevacs across the map is all it takes. GG. And a bit of indecision there from Nice is all it takes.